Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Basketball Wives recap. And definitely later in the week, check out my Help I'm in a Relationship recap as well as Catfish. So let's talk about it, okay? Before I do, though, let me give a shout out to Kieran Roland, who was like, yeah, feel like Brandi maybe holding a grudge towards Malaysia, but at the same time think Malaysia was being messy when she brought Zell in the room. That dude is never gonna change. And I definitely agree with you because Zell, anytime you bring Zell somewhere, is about to go down. Especially if he don't like somebody, he's going to say something because it's like he's one of those people that's gonna poke you. You know, he wants you to get riled up. He wants you to get started because he still talked about like her stink breath and stuff like that or whatever. So yeah, how you apologizing, but you still like kind of jabbing somebody to see if you can get a reaction, and you know she's not a fighter, so you doing it with the right one. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people, they pick and choose who they're going to come at based on the reaction that they know this person's going to give. Like, you probably wouldn't do that to someone like Jackie because she's established and she could probably get you, like, blacklisted off certain things. Probably wouldn't do that to, you know, somebody who he know is going to turn up at the end of the day. Like, he probably move a little different. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely agree with you on that one. So, let me see. So Malaysia and Brandi, they still showed that scene from when they was arguing and stuff. And Malaysia's talking about, you know, she gonna catch this. You know what I'm saying? Like she looked like she was getting the hood back in her. Like she was ready. She said that she done grown and changed when she said that in episode 2. But now all of a sudden episode 4, she ready. She bout that life, honey. I was like, okay. But so Brittish, she said that she needs to have a conversation with Jackie because she's upset that she like kind of overstepped in playing the whole Cupid situation with Lorenzo. So she's not really okay with that. But she also had told the ladies that, you know, she still has feelings for him. She just can't date him. So it's like Jackie's kind of right because Jackie keep on saying like you guys are soulmates, but I mean they could be more like twin flames where although they are attracted to each other, you know, sometimes they spark these crazy things within each other. You know what I'm saying? So it could be something like that. You know, maybe they're not meant to be with each other, but they're meant to teach each other lessons. You know, so Nia, she also mentioned that she's ready to start dating. I mean, blah blah blah, right? I don't know. Like Nia and Noria, I swear they're like fillers. I just feel like they're just like there. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they don't really bring much substance. I mean, we'll see later on as time progresses. But for me, I just feel like they don't really bring much substance to the show. Like they just got a favor or something. You know what I mean? Now Jen, she's dating that dude from the meat mixer, the Jelanie guy. I mean, he seemed okay so far, but you can't really tell too much about a person based off those few clips. Some of them be having these scandals, honey. I just seen a thing about what's her name, Nene. Her, I guess her boyfriend's wife is suing her for messing up the marriage and breaking it up. I'm like stealing her husband. I'm like, that's a whole nother topic, but at the end of the day, you can't steal anybody unless like she picked him up, put him in her pocket and walked away with him. I mean, I'm just saying, like, let's be realistic. It's 2022. Like the whole stealing thing, like, no, he willingly left. I doubt she like put something around his eyes, you know, tied him up and dragged him out at gunpoint. So you got to kind of see what was going on for him to say, yeah, I'm going to break my vows that I made with you and I'm going to walk away with somebody else. Like, I don't know. Like, for the fact that they have those laws in certain states, it's just weird to me. I don't think they have it in New York, or maybe it's just not really that serious, but I know there's some other states that I've seen that have it. But anyways, so back to them. So he has some nice looking eyes, and you know Jen be wearing her contacts and stuff. I don't think she have nice eyes in real life because I remember somebody called her out a few times back in previous seasons. So I think she wears contacts. But like, damn, if she must use the one-a-days or something because she always got them in. Like, I don't remember ever seeing her without, you know, those color eyes. But I mean, she's a pretty lady at the end of the day. I think they do look nice together. And they seem to share a few things. They're both dog people. They both like are not too sure about the kids, but they both seem open to it. I'm not sure how old she is at this point, but I know, depending on how old she is, we saw that Evelyn, when she was trying to have kids with the baseball player, that she was having some issues, as well as Tammy Roman. So, she has waited a while. It could be a little difficult. I mean, maybe she's frozen her eggs or, did those types of routes. I don't know. I guess we'll see as the journey progresses how things go on. But she seems content either way, because she said she's happy with her life, but she does like kids. So, I do feel like she would be a good mother, and I do feel like she would be very loving and caring as a mother as well. And that child gonna be Gucci down to the ground, okay, Prada out, like whatever is out there that's amazing, Balenciaga out, just a little bit of all that drip, just dripping everywhere. I could just imagine, honey. So, like I said, they seem to have some things in common, so that's pretty cool. I guess we'll see how that whole situation progresses. Brittish did go ahead and see Jackie. She really talked to her, and she was really firm in her stance on the things that she said. So I think that now Jackie was able to receive it. Jackie had mentioned, I've mentioned this in the last episode, when she was talking even to him about like certain things with the relationship, it's kind of like she was smiling, so it seemed as though she wasn't serious. It could be a nervous thing, because I know for me, sometimes when I don't want to get mad at somebody, because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, if you get mad, it's going to be a wrap. Like, I'm pretty much going to be done with this person. So I try to kind of laugh things off, even though I'm trying to tell them something, or I might be a little sarcastic about it, because maybe it's a little passive aggressive perhaps, but it's more so I'm doing this so that I don't go full crazy mode, and then you'll be like, wow, she's an evil bitch. You know what I'm saying? So in order to not really come full force with my Pisces monster, the freaking piranhas, I just try to kind of keep it calm, unless it's something like OD where I just can't even pretend to be okay with it. Like, I'm gonna let you know. And a lot of times, if it's something that I'm really not okay with, like, I will get this rage inside of me that I just can't hold it in. So maybe that's how she kind of is. I don't know. But Jackie was like, you know what? I received this because many times you just seem like to have said it in a joking way. And she's like, I've seen you from the beginning. So that's why she was so like, I need to do this. But yeah, no. So now Angel finally told her mom that she was pregnant. And initially her mom seemed like she was a little speechless, like almost like she didn't want to say anything. But she ended up coming to the baby reveal little party that they had. And the funny thing about it is that she was saying she didn't want to talk to nobody like right away. Here, boom, here goes Mr. Leon Sr. talking to her about how his son is just, loves their family dynamic and how they're so close-knit and how he really likes her. And she's like, she kept it real, like, that's really nice, but I hope to be able to find that out, because I don't really know him. Like, pretty much like, okay, that's cool that he said that, but I know nothing about him, so I can't say any good words or bad words about this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my daughter's just pregnant with his baby, he's going to be like in the family, but I don't know him at all. So, and she was saying that she didn't want to meet Rock, like I said, but then boom, here he comes, because she had already called him over despite her mother's wishes. So I know deep down her mother was like, oh my God, here we go. Like, I'm not ready for this. I'm trying to get my sip on, trying to have a little fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, not trying to be sobered up real quick. Hey, I'm her mom, But honey child, this was like a big extravagant affair. Rockstar, he definitely missed, or is his name Leon Jr. or something? But he know how to throw some extravagant parties. I mean, they had synchronized swimmers that revealed the color of what the baby was. They had a little helicopter come through with the sprinkling the dust over them. I'm surprised it didn't have fireworks, but I guess because it wasn't nighttime, or they probably would have. But I mean, yeah, it was really lovely. And I mean, he popped the question at that moment too. He said, will you take this promise ring? And everybody's like, wait, what? Like, it's one of those moments where you playing the violin and all of a sudden it's like, like you playing a mannequin challenge or something. Like, what the hell is going on? Homie done bought her 3 promise rings. Like, damn, bro. I mean, a promise ring is good and everything, but at this point, you know, you are about to actually have the baby, and you guys are supposed to be serious, I suppose. But I mean, I guess for some reason he doesn't want to go that route. Although the rings that he's buying is the price of probably, you know, several normal people, probably 100 or more normal people's, you know, types of wedding rings or engagement rings. So, you know, I mean, he could have just put a label on one of them, because one of them looked like a real engagement ring. He could have just put the label, and the other one was the band, so it looks like a wedding ring. I mean, she probably, because she did ask him, I remember they showed her like, oh, I want this one right here. So she probably got it to resemble a wedding ring and an engagement ring, like a wedding band and engagement ring, because she probably wanted to have that look, especially since she's pregnant. You know, people do certain things subliminally, but you know, they may not say it out loud because they don't want to be judged. But that's the kind of vibes that I was getting from it. So did y'all peep that Miss Brandi had some evil eyes on her nails? I was like, that was a sub right there. She tried to keep away all the hate, all the evil, anybody that's looking at her with jealousy and envy and looking at her funny. She's trying to make sure that she keeps it away. I know what you doing, boo. You ain't slick. I got my little evil eye right over here. Where is that? It's right over here. Ban them all. Banish them, man. I know what she doing. But anyway, so they even had Neo there at the little I always say little for everything, but I'm not being like demeaning or anything, because I couldn't have an extravagant thing like that. I couldn't even afford it. But yeah, it's just the way that I kind of say it. But at their thing, yeah, Neo was there. Him and his wife Crystal, I think her name is. You know, he was singing. That's a whole nother scandal, honey. But the last thing that happened was that Nia came through with the shade for the night. Somebody had to bring the spice, because they can't have an event without something going down. And Nia, it was your turn. Maybe they're not there just for little placements, but I mean, this was a placement of a little bit of spice, you know? She had to make sure that people remember her, so she had to cause a little bit of drama for the night. So she posts something talking about something about some out of wedlock baby food is the best, or something like that. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to one today, or I'm about to eat some today. Like, honey child. And nobody was amused. Duffy wasn't amused. Brooke called her out. Looked like she would have ragged her, you know. Her sister wasn't really saying too much, because I think her sister knew at the end of the day that she was wrong for what she said. Who else was there? I think British was there as well, if my memory serves me correctly. I don't remember too well. But I definitely know Duffy, you know, because Duffy went ahead and got Rockstar. Oh, yeah, Brandi was there. And she went ahead and, oh, yeah, British wasn't there. It was Brandi. She went ahead and got Rockstar to kind of look at the post, and he's like, I just found out I'm having a baby boy today. Like, why would you shade me like this? Like, what did I do to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't with it. He was like, yo, that's crazy. And she was like, it's not like I didn't have a baby out of wedlock. Like, I just thought it was funny. Like, no, bitch, you knew exactly what you're saying. And just because you're comfortable with that or saying that doesn't mean that you put that out there, you know, because nobody really knows their business. I mean, we're all watching a show, but you know, in human life, let's pretend they saying TV. Like, in reality, like, nobody really knows what's going on with their relationship unless they put it out there. Like, they could have told us that they was married. We wouldn't even know, you know, unless we go searching public records for it or whatever. We have to find out all the information. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like she knew what she was doing. She was doing the most, and she got checked. Okay, and then, you know, at first they were saying that they didn't want to tell Angel, but they were so riled up that, of course, they still end up telling her. And she looked like she was genuinely hurt about it, because she kind of had thought Nia was cool, her and her sister. They was talking about it. She invited them to the party and everything. So she was like, why would she do that? You know, and when you're pregnant and everything, it's like, it hurts you a lot more because your hormones are like, whoo, you know, off the Richter scale. So she was genuinely hurt and feeling sad about that, you know. But Rockstar definitely took care of it, and he had Nia escorted out, so he was not playing that game. Well, both of them got escorted out with the security and everything in tow. Like, okay, we gonna make sure you get out of here. But yeah, that was pretty much. I mean, that was pretty embarrassing, but that's what she deserved. And I'm happy that he kind of stepped up and made sure that you're not going to disrespect me and be up in my party having a good time. Like, if I would have knew this before you got food, you wouldn't even had a crumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of vibe we on, you know? And I don't even gotta touch you. Like, security, handle that. Handle my light work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they knew not to make a big fuss or scene and get yourself even more embarrassed. Somebody should have been recording it. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, they got it on TV. So, I mean, it's always going to be part of public records that you got escorted out of somebody's baby reveal. Like, how funny was that post now? You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much the episode, y'all. I will see y'all in the next one. Make sure you comment and all that stuff. Make sure you share, because honestly, I almost didn't even do this. The motivation was seeing the post from, what was it, Curon from earlier. It was seeing that comment. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this for the team. But you know, out of all my shows that I'm doing right now, this one has like the lowest viewership. So I'm like, do I really want to take my Mondays to do this? We'll see. So I'll see how things is looking for next week, but I can't guarantee that I'm gonna keep on doing Basketball Wives. We'll see. But I do look forward to seeing another show that's about to come out. And I have been watching P-Valley. I just started watching it. But I'm not reviewing that, because that's kind of like my guilty pleasure. I just kind of want to watch it, and I have to take notes and nothing like that, because then I gotta like really be focused, and I can't, like, you know, it's a different vibe when you watching something to watch it versus watching something to, like, you know, to take notes, and then you have to do this and they gotta edit real quick. So it's a lot. But I'll see y'all in the next one. I could ramble forever, y'all. Later.